中を押す
越えたい壁グラビティその時羽きらめき
もう花粉川次元変換トランスフォーミー見えない光に導かれベクトルを変えてゆけ果てない瞬間命ごとレベル上げてまっすぐに私を押す
越えてた壁その時あまたのほらどよめき
もう新たな宇宙道なるゴールへ
きっと叶うからあの日君が流した涙も信じて春も夏も秋も冬も越え雨も風も越え雲も闇も越え勝利へ君と走り競いゴール目指し遥か君へ届けミュージックずっとずっとずっとずっと思い夢がきっと叶うならあの日君に感じた何かを信じて春も夏も秋も冬も越え願い答え星へああ勝利へ
Hello everyone. Welcome back to the Tengu Cup here, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for the big delay. I mean, the the hiatus of the event, of course. I was expecting it to finish a few weeks ago, but a lot of stuff happened. But it's gonna be okay. We're gonna try our best to complete it this week, hopefully. And yeah, I'll do my best to keep it up, guys. Anyways, yeah, welcome back everyone. Day 3 here of the Tengu Cup. Hopefully you guys are not so forgetful about the results of the previous day 2 of the event. But if not, that's okay, because we're gonna be refreshing a lot of things. First of all, let's go with the day 2 rankings here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the current standings of the Tengu the cup. We have here the 10th place. We have the first place tied for first place. We have Blue and Presukasa with 20 points, currently sitting with 2 first place finishes. Tied for third goes the Crazy Dave, Ruku Gechu, and Mia with 17 points, currently with a single win and a single second place here. Then for 7th place here on his own is Random Name, currently 14 points with 2 second places here, ladies and gents. And then tied for 8th place is Tetricus and Tunic with 12 points. We're currently with first place and a 3rd place finish, and sitting at the very bottom here, tied for 10th place, it is Roy Trigger, Ray, and Valiona with 10 points, currently sitting with 3 third places. It's gonna be quite an interesting journey here, ladies and gents, for the rest of the teams here. Of course, if you're not aware, we did have a shift in format, so the matches today are gonna be much more competitive instead of just a stomp. Hopefully this can bring up some of the bottom ranking Umamusume teams, and perhaps you can shake what the bracket is at the moment. Let's get something out of the way. The Christmas Augury status updated from day 2, and as you guys remember, the first Christmas Augury fell in day 2 thanks to the efforts of Torrent here. So not again, the results not as strong compared to day 1. It Blue finishing a 1.5 length, for Sakasa again with a 1 length finish in his race. The win rate stands 83% with 5 first place finishes and 1 second place finish, with a top rate of 83.33 because Mia finished 4th place with her Christmas Augury. Festive Miracles proc though 5 out of 6, but one thing surprising is that was Blue. Blue was some of the one who didn't proc a Festive Miracle, so seeing a Christmas Augury able to win a race even without it is pretty scary, but we'll see if better challengers are going to be able to take advantage of it. So as we now go into our first race here of the Chaser group, ladies and gentlemen, the day 3 here, first race here is going to be between Unworn Tunic, Roy Trigger, and Ray. Currently Tunic again sitting with a 0-1-1 result here. Roy and Ray sitting with no wins so far. And next is here highlighting the best Umamusume of each contender here, ladies and gentlemen. We shall discuss that soon. You can read up the key points on your own because I'll be discussing them individually here. So first and foremost in this first race, Tunic. If you guys remember, Tunic, he had a very insane result here. Exactly have the strongest results. I mean, yeah, the 8th place and 9th place back to back, not exactly the best. However, Augury Cap in the race with Tsukasa, able to overcome all the odds and finish such a strong 2nd place, even among other S plus Umamusume. And guys, we're gonna have to start a conversation with Tunic having a good shot at making it to the playoffs if this keeps up. Of course, that was a very, very optimal start to finish here for the Christmas Ogre. So not sure if the result going forward, but the potential is there, and if this A plus Umamusume is able to get that very strong unique going in the end there, as well as so overall, if she can just keep up with the rest of the pace chasers, there might be something special that happens here with this Starlight beat. Wrong in the graphic, but yeah. So yeah, we'll see if this one-man army of a team is able to carry forward in the rest of the bracket. Speaking of Roy Trigger, ladies and gentlemen, the second seed of the cup has fallen down to 10th place at the moment with back-to-back third places, and it has not been a good showing here for Roy Trigger. We're seeing here 9th place for the Ace. 5th place is the best performance so far from this team from Roy Trigger. 7th place from the Nice Nature, and it is, I would say disappointing. Yes, disappointing results so far from Roy Trigger, who had a third place finish in the previous Tengu Cup, especially with this Nice Nature be coming back in this team, but so far hasn't shown up anything worthy of praise. So up against Tunic, potentially can get the redemption here, maybe get a first place to get that snowball going, because if this result keep up, it's not gonna be good. And Roy Trigger, he hasn't lost to a Christmas Augury, I'm pretty sure. So far, every single loss that Roy has taken are up against other Umamusume. So again, ladies and gentlemen, if there's a chance for redemption, this is it. If you can't take it against Tunic, that might be a problem. Next up here, of course, is Roy with the Ace of King Halo, and so far the Unity Cup Umamusumes have not exactly shown up in a big way in this tournament, and it makes a lot of sense. These guys are not exactly meant to be, you know, in this bracket of competition here. We have advanced to the Make a New Track, or you know, Track Blazer. If guys, as expected, these Umamusume have yet to really show up in a way that has been you know, unexpected. It has been, the results have been very, very expected so far. Agnes Tachyon finishing 6th, Simirodo finishing 5th in their first race, the strongest performance so far from this team. But I was up against Retrakris, who was also bringing Unity Cup Umamusume. So it's gonna be quite a hard fought battle here for Ray. It is, you see if he can even make it to the playoff bracket here. Yeah, so far an average placing of 7.33. It's not been good at all here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get ourselves into this race. Let me prepare this, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for that.
Umamusume, Pretty Derby!
Okay, everything is good. Alright, so let us begin the race here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I will say, if you, for my analysis of this race, I personally think it should be an easy win here for Roy. Should be is the big quotation marks here, because again, things can change here for better or for worse in terms of expectation. I'm sure everyone, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people here are probably cheering for Tunic to have that big upset once more here up against the second seed. Again guys, second seed of the tournament, currently 0-2, looking to take his first second place at the very least. And for Ray, maybe this can be a chance to get a second place as well. I'm not too sure what are the chances, but so far here, I'm sure the game is expecting number 1 favorite here, Major Ryan. Number 2 favorite, it is Nice Nature. As we begin shortly here for the first race here of day 3 in the round robin stage, the Pacer group. So here comes the late start here from the King Halo Ace. A lot of firm course menaces pushing through. And already first place goes to the side here of Simboli Rudolph. Second place, I think, occupied by the Ugly Cap here from Tunic. Good start here, Simboli Rudolph here from Red. Into the second place position. So already hitting into the mid race here in the first corner. Special Week in 4th, Agnes Tachyon in 5th, Nice Nature in 6th, Major Ryan in 8th, and King Halo at the very back here. Very bad start from the side here of Ray. But yeah, a good eclipse position coming out of the Simboli Rudolph here from the side of Roy Trigger. But Tunic's Ogre Cap though, not so far behind, and this is prime position to have that unique proc. This could be really strong as we now hit the final corner and the last spurt here, ladies and gents. Who is going to make a difference? Pushing forward, Nice Nature as well, taking over that second place. As here we go here. It is the Arrows Whistle Shadows Disperse pushing back now in the front. Who is going to take first place here, ladies and gentlemen? And already Simboli Rudolph making the gap here. Ogre Cap yet to use her unique, and that is making the difference here. Here it goes. The triumphant pulse here from Ogre Cap. Can she push for King Halo with the prideful King as well? Everyone making their last stand here in the final spurt, but it doesn't seem enough. And for the first time in this cup, Roy will secure first place. Tunic getting second place here. Unfortunately, for the third place here from the Ogre Cap. And Ray, it doesn't seem enough here. As we now get into the results here, ladies and gentlemen. So name it. I will start naming it from the bottom. 9th place goes on the side of Haru Ura. 8th place goes on the side of Agnes Tachyon. 7th place goes on the side of Special Week, finally taking a higher placing over 8th place. And 6th place goes to Simboli Rudolph. 5th place goes to King Halo, securing Ray another 3rd place in the cup. 4th place goes to Major Ryan. 3rd place goes to the side of Tunic's Ogre Cap, which will give him a 2nd place finish in this race. 2nd place goes to the Ace Simboli Rudolph, and 1st place goes to Nice Nature here for Roy Trigger. Again, congratulations to Roy Trigger, finally taking a win in this cup. So let me just place in the results. That's the update here in the current table, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see here, Roy Trigger finally getting that first win. That win will get him to 20 points and will advance him, or potentially advance him. I assume it will, yes. Potentially advance him into the Eclipse group. We'll see what the next race will come up with. Could alter the results potentially. And yeah, for Ray, currently sitting at 15 points after that loss. I'm not sure what the qualification chance will be for that one. Tunic will have 19 points. So ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to Roy Trigger for taking that first place here, and for Tunic getting a solid 2nd place. So now go into the next race here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are in the 2nd race here of the Chaser group. It is gonna be up against the 7th seed random name Tetricus and Velyona. This one is going to be quite an interesting race here, ladies and gentlemen. I will say, from what I've seen so far, so you can see here, Tetricus, despite having the best result here, I'm gonna discuss it a bit more. So we have here, ladies and gents, here we go. So random name here, ladies and gentlemen, is I would say the favorite of this race. Despite the results though, so far Rice Shower has yet to show up at all in this cup, and it has been the unsung hero of Narita Taishin pushing the results here for random name, getting a second place and getting that fourth place to be able to secure 2 back-to-back second place finishes here for random name with an average placing of 5.33. It has not been the best Tengu Cup results so far. However, still topping the group with the pace of the Chaser group. This could be a really good chance here for random name to get himself into the Eclipse group and get a good first place finish here. Of course, again, really have to keep an eye out here for Rice Shower if she is going to show up in this race, because so far 7th place, 8th place, not been good results. Yaino Moteki has been pretty okay so far with the back-to-back 5th place finish here. Again, Narita Taishin, you have to keep an eye out here. If random name wants to have a good chance of getting a first place finish in this cup, Narita Taishin seems to be the main focus here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, up against that. And again, despite having a 3rd place finish, you guys have to remember it is up against Ray, but still not a bad result so far. 5th place is the highest among a more competitive environment here, ladies and gentlemen, here for Tetricus. So we'll see if she's gonna be able to make a bigger breakthrough in this cup. If he can take down random name, that would be a huge result. So, in this cup. Next up here is Velyona, and I will say Velyona has not had the strongest result. However, Gold Ship with a 4th place finish in that second race has looked very solid so far. However, solid is not enough. They really need to get a podium finish here with tied for 10th place here, 0, and 2. It has not been good. It has not been good in terms of results here for Velyona. So this could be a good start to potentially have a underdog run all the way to the playoffs in this race. But the competition is not that easy. But when it comes to the rest of the Chaser group here, I think this should be a good test here for Velyona to see if he can compete in this race. So now we get into the next race here, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, in my analysis, I will say this should be heavily favored for the side of random name. I do believe that potentially Rice Shower can finally rise to the occasion here, ladies and gentlemen. So we now await here. Number 3 goes to the side. Number 3 favorite here is Velyona's Gold Ship. Number 2 is random names Narita Taishin, and number 1 is the Rice Shower Ace here for random name. So we get ourselves into the start of this race. Everyone in their buttocks. As we begin, no late starts here for the side of the aces. Apologies for that. As late start here from the side of the ace, yeah. So now we get into the positions here, the Pace Chaser, and quickly Tetricus is Agnes Digital taking the very strong Eclipse position here, ladies and gentlemen. Second place with Rice Shower. As there is a bit of a grouping here, but no, I think it seems like Agnes Tachyon taking 3rd place, and it is 4th place on the side of Oguri Cap. I think battling it between the 3 of them with Simply Rudolph. Naruto Taishin in a very strong position right now. Look at that, 5th place for Naruto Taishin. Gonna get knocked down a bit together with this Golshi as Yaina Muteki moves up as they hit the mid race, ladies and gents. And Muteki, nice positioning. But look at Naruto Taishin. So here comes Golshi. The warning shot will keep the move on going. As now we are about to enter the late race here, ladies and gentlemen. Who will begin their last spurt? Look at that. Rice Shower now in the 1st place here. In a good spot to make a good finish here. But oh no, at the breakthrough, who is at 1st place? It seems very good. So you wait for the camera to adjust. It is Naruto Taishin here at the front.
大好きな人と幸せの青いバラにライスだって咲いてみせる
Apologies. Yeah, it is gonna be the Blue Rose closer here for Rice Shower, but Naruto Taishin and Yaina Muteki making a breakthrough in the end. And that's gonna be Random Name securing that 1st place finish here. Congratulations here for Random. A very successful push. And what a performance here from Yaina Muteki.
あとちょっとだな
As we now read through the results here, 9th place goes on the side here of Oguri Cap, 8th place goes on the side of Agnes Tachyon, 7th goes to King Halo here, 6th place goes to Tetrakis Agnes Digital, which means he will get a 3rd place finish in this race, 5th place goes on the side of Sibley Rodolph, 4th place goes on the side of Rice Shower, 3rd place goes on the side of Gold Ship, which will give him a 2nd place finish here. 7th place goes to Naruto Taishin, and 1st place goes to Yaino Muteki. What a strong late surge there. For a second there, it seems like Naruto Taishin was the one to make a breakthrough there, but no, Yaino Muteki, despite no unique blocking, it with a very, very successful last spurt there, ladies and gentlemen. So we now get the table result here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, the arrangement has not been fixed yet, but with that result here, ladies and gentlemen, Random is guaranteed to push through into the Eclipse group in the next round here. The 2nd place seems to be Tunic, who will advance as well into the Eclipse group. And I think the other opponent, yeah, Roy as well, will advance into the Eclipse group with that 1st place finish. So not bad here. They're gonna get their chance here at the top, see if they can compete with the rest. But that is the Chaser group done, ladies and gentlemen. We will now get our chance to get a view at the competition in the Eclipse group, which is the top 6 currently in this cup. So let me adjust ourselves here, ladies and gents. Let's see here. Here's the 3rd race here, the Eclipse group's first. It is a race between Blue, Crazy Dave, and Torrent here. It's gonna be quite a competition, as you can see here with Acolytes among the aces so far. A very, very interesting one here. So let us discuss the 1st race here. Let's discuss about Blue, and what can we say? So far so good. Blue has shown extreme dominance in this cup, and look at the results here. Back-to-back 1st place for the Christmas Augury is one thing, but Yona Bourbon with a 2nd place and a 3rd place, and Major Ryan with a 2nd place in the recent race. So far, no one has kept up with it is a whole machine going through such a dominant result so far with an average placing of 2.32 and a top 3 rate of 83.33 with 5 out of 6 getting third top 3 so far. Who is going to be able to stand up the blue? We shall see, because this competition is gonna rise up here, ladies and gentlemen. So now we get into our next competition, the fan favorite himself, Crazy Dave, with the heroic special week here with a first place and third place. Unfortunately, didn't really get a win against Rugu Gachu in that second race here, but looking for a very strong blue, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, special week, it's gonna have a very hard time pushing through here. But yeah, with an average of 4.6, highest average placing due to the results of Matakanefo, Kitaru, and Grass Wonder. But again, special week is the one to keep an eye out on when it comes to Crazy Dave. And so far, so good. She has shown up in a big way here, ladies and gentlemen. So we shall see how things will go here for Crazy Dave. Next up here is Torrent, another dark horse in the tournament, and actually journey here, because we expected the Taiki shuttle to be the main focus here of Torrent, but no, it has been King Halo, the Giant Slayer, taking down the first Christmas Augury in this cup together with Seiyun Sky here. And ladies and gentlemen, if there is one person that could potentially take down blue, this bracket race is definitely the one to keep an eye out on with special week with this King Halo. This could be a very, very competitive race, ladies and gents. Am I cutting out? I'm not sure what to, hold on. Let me try and fix that. Hello. Okay, hopefully that fixed it. I'm not sure if it does. Much I could really do about it. But yeah, let's get into the races here, ladies and gentlemen. So we put ourselves in the next race here, ladies and gentlemen. So apologies for the repetition, but yeah. We'll see who will win here, ladies and who will win in this next race. I will first, obviously, blue, it should be the heavy favorite, but you never know. You never know when it is up against the special week. And this King Halo, it seems like the game favors them quite well as well. As we enter ourselves into the paddock for the third race here of day 3. This very beautiful Nakayama race course. Number 1 favorite here is Torrent's King Halo. Number 3 favorite is Mihono Bourbon's chocolate Mihono Bourbon. And number 2 is the Christmas Augury. This is going to be a very, very competitive race, I believe so. So we shall see. Result, push through. Late start here for a special week. Not a good start for the late surger. So far, so good. Obviously, the front runners are going to be taking advantage of their positioning as they push into the front. As a rush, Rush comes out here from the Christmas Augury. So we get ourselves into the first corner. Keep in the recoveries in mind, ladies and gentlemen, as we enter the mid-race here. So far, so good. The movements have not come through. Mihono Bourbon in first, Seiyan Sky in second, Ogre Cap in third. It is the frontrunner, lone frontrunner here of the American. In fourth place here, Major Ryan in fifth. Sixth place is Matekane Fukiteru Special Week moving up in the corner. Gourmand proc here for the Christmas Ogre, and oh, that's a very early Christmas Ogre proc. Here comes the festive miracle that is going to strike fear among everyone here, ladies and gents. And so far, our ace here, Special Week, at the very back. They did not have a good start, and oh, it does not seem to be able to pick a push through here. So now we get first place here. It is Christmas Ogre again, making a dominant position here. And there does no one seem to be able to compete. As we get our first place here from Blue again, back to back first place. A very strong finish in this race, and a very dominant one with Christmas Bourbon following up. A very unfortunate late start from the side of Special Week really costed them in the end there. So we get ourselves into the results now. First, with 9th place going to the side of Torrent's King Halo. 8th place for Special Week. 7th place goes to Grass Wonder. 6th place goes to Taiki Shuttle. 5th place goes to Matekane Fukiteru, unfortunately, which will give Crazy Dave his first 3rd place in this race. 4th place goes to Saiyan Skies Torrent. And a big finish here, ladies and gents. Look at that. The top 3 once more occupied by Blue. It is not even close, the differences here. And once again, Blue looking to keep the momentum up here in this bracket. Very strong indeed here. So we get ourselves, ladies and gents, here are the current results here. With Blue's first place, he's gonna have a 33%, 30-point score line here, which basically guarantees himself a qualification spot, and honestly a pretty good shot at a first seed here. Second place with Torrent with 24 points, and Crazy Dave with 22. So has been eclipsed here by Random Name. We'll see if the rest of them will follow. But yeah, very unfortunate here for Crazy Dave. Special Week had a very bad start there. This was unfortunate because it kind of blocked her chance of getting through. So yeah, again unfortunate, but congratulations here for Blue. Top 3. Very strong top 3 indeed. So we now get ourselves into the last race of the day, ladies and gents. And it will be... oh, apologies, the graphics was not updated properly, but I hope you guys don't mind that. It will be Press Tsukasa, Rugu Gachu, and Mia, a very top-heavy race here, ladies and gentlemen. And Press Tsukasa, it's gonna be the favorite here of this race for certain, based on results, but we'll see. So we have ourselves here, trainers. So yeah, Press Tsukasa, so far, been a very successful campaign with back-to-back first place finishes here with the Christmas Augury. However, one thing to consider is that the results have not been that dominant compared to Blue. Despite the first place finishes, the lengths of victory have not been dominant. First place, one length back-to-back here, and with the rest of the team, Yanamateki only getting 3rd place and Grass Wonder getting 4th place earlier. We'll see if the rest of the team can keep up with the Christmas Augury, and they're really gonna need to start doing so in this very, very strong Eclipse group, ladies and gents. So if there's a chance for upsets here, this could be it. Or potentially not an upset, just a very strong finish. Speaking of, Rugu Gachu, our 4th seed of the tournament, with the New Year Opera O getting her first place finish in the second day, and that's gonna be the ace in the hole here for Rugu Gachu. Let's see if she can get that, claim that victory. So gonna be the Agnes Digital. Narta Bryan hasn't really shown much prowess so far, but you never know. Potentially could be the savior here for Rugu Gachu. But yeah, New York Opera O has shown up in a big way. Not New Year Opera O has shown up in a big way in this cup, taking her first place if ever in the Tengu Cup, if you aren't aware. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting here with as we get ourselves into the final racer here. Mia, who took a loss against Torrent in day 2, and with a 4th place here from Christmas Augury Cup, looking to be quite mortal now, but Nice Nature thankfully with that 3rd place. But yeah, Mia, first Christmas Augury to drop down and take a loss, so it's gonna be quite interesting to see how this team will match up to another Christmas Augury. Another thing for Rugu Gachu, between 2 Christmas Auguries, it's gonna be quite a battle to see how well things are gonna go. She's gonna need a lot of power here if she wants to get a victory between these two. But yeah, definitely a more winnable spot, ladies and gents. Definitely a winnable position. That's what I should say. Let's now get ourselves into the next race. Who do you guys think will win? For the final race of the day. I am legally not allowed to answer the question because it is extremely biased, but you already know who I would wish to win. Yeah, this should be a very, very competitive race here, ladies and gents. Very high-seeded matchup for certain. We have our number 1 seed in the cup. Or again, took a loss, but not to be underestimated. So number 3 favorite here is the number 3 and 2 for the side here of Mia. Number 1 seems to be the Christmas Augury of Tsukasa. But remember, keep an eye out on these festive miracles. That's really the main goal here. As we begin, late start for Mia's Christmas Augury as we get the push on. Early race. And it seems like Opera O is gonna be taking a very good stance here. Together with, back to back here, it is Rugu Gachu's, both race chasers, getting the Eclipse position. That's an interesting one. Narita Bryan, a lot of skills being propped as we hit the first corner, but yeah, Opera O in first, it is Narita Bryan in second, Christmas Augury here for Tsukasa in third, Nice Nature here from Mia on fourth. 5th place is Yaina Muteki. 6th place for the Wedding Mayano Top Gun. And the rest of Mia's team in the backline as we hit the mid-race. So far, a very quiet race overall. So get the push through. Closing in on the front here. Here comes the festive miracle. A very perfect festive miracle here for Tsukasa, I believe. Yes, it is. And it's gonna be a duel here between Opera O and Ogre Cap in the front, but here comes Christmas Ogre taking a very front position, but look at the back here. It is Grass Wonder now on the chase. Another festive miracle from the side here of Mia. Can Opera O make a difference here? She's really gonna have to proc that unique if she wants to compete. And here she comes. The Barcode of Blessings here, ladies and gentlemen. Opera O, can she push for it? And the gap seems to be very closing down here, ladies and gentlemen. The lead is not that big here. Can Opera O do it? It doesn't seem like it. And unfortunately, so close yet so far. And the rest of Tsukasa's team pushing it front. Congratulations here to Tsukasa for getting first place here. Very close competition here for Rugu Gachu's Opera O, who really put quite a fight in the end. But unfortunately getting that fourth place here. And what a race, ladies and gentlemen, what a race. We get ourselves our finish. 9th place to Mayano Top Gun, 8th place to Christmas Ogre Cup. What a result! I have never seen anything like this before. 8th place, Christmas Ogre. And 7th place goes on the side of Nice Nature, which will give Mia her third place in this race. 6th place here to Agnes Digital, 5th place to Naruto Brian, and 4th place to TM Opera Ho, will really put up quite a fight. 3rd place goes to Yana Muteki, 7th place goes to Grass Wonder, and 1st place goes on the side here of Ogre Cap, who had quite a close one, I will say, in this race, but in the end taking that very strong finish. And that's gonna be another first place here. Rounded off. So we now get ourselves into the results here. I will organize quickly, chance. Hold on. Apologies for the delay, guys. Let me just fix up the bracket so you guys can see the results here. Okay, ladies and gents, here we are, the updated Hold on. I believe it should be updated now. Let me just refresh it for everyone. Sorry about that. I will try and arrange it. Don't worry. Here we go. So, ladies and gents, this is the updated results here for the cup, and currently as it stands here are the placings here. First place, tied for first place, is Tsukasa and Blue with back-to-back first place finishes here. Third place goes on the side of Rugu Gachu. Third, as well as Torrent with second place, two second places and a first place finish here with 24 points. Crazy Dave and Mian taking third place finishes here, now sitting in 22 points. So I believe yeah, okay. So seventh place here goes on the side of Random Name with 24 points, which will advance them into the Eclipse group here, ladies and gentlemen. 8th place goes on the side of Roy Trigger, who gets their first win here with 20 points. 9th place goes on for Tunic with 19 points, with back-to-back second places, getting himself a solid spot here above the elimination here. With tied for 10th place here is Tetrakis and Valiona, with Tetrakis continuing that third place streak, Valiona getting a second place to potentially get a comeback going here. And at the very bottom here it is Ray with 3 back-to-back third places here. So yeah, it's gonna be quite an interesting situation to see how things will go. By the rules, Random Name will advance into the Eclipse group here, ladies and gentlemen. As for who will drop down from the Eclipse group, we shall see. I'm not actually sure how we're supposed to do this. Let me think. I think I will analyze based on like the current results, like what, like the strength in opponent, of how who are the stronger opponents so far in terms of the bracket. Let me think. Hold on, chat. Let me just analyze this real quick. Apologies for the working on it at the on the spot here, but I will again. Please give me a moment so we can figure this out. Okay, so based on my analysis here, it seems like Crazy Dave, by the rules, will be the one to stick into the Eclipse group, and the reasoning for this is purely by the fact that moving forward, I think the recent performance in the race should be the one to get it, with Mia finishing a 7th to 9th place with her team. It should only be fair that they're the ones to fall down here. Crazy Dave at the very least had a, I don't know which Umamusume it is, but he did have a more solid, more higher average finish in the third round here. So yeah, it's gonna be Random Name advancing into the Eclipse group, and it's gonna be Mia who's gonna drop down into the Chaser group to see if they can get a bounce back here. But yeah, that's gonna be it here for ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. Thus, that concludes all of the races we have for day 3. For day 4, we will have the round robin, round 4, and round 5. We will have back-to-back races, so hopefully you guys are excited for that. But yeah, ladies and gents, that should be all. If you guys have any questions, especially with the how the ruling is, you guys are feel free to ask. And yeah, that's gonna be it, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are satisfied with the results. There are still four more rounds to go for. So yeah, see you guys.